So my bad.
Bro, you good, bro. You good.
All right. So let's go back to the weekly. Now, what mother bar you saying? You said it was what date?
The date I saw when you had it Hubbard, he was one he was talking about before. It seemed like it was like December 20 something. That's where I saw at the bottom. It was like 27th, I think. December.
No.
I don't see one. Maybe my cursor was there.
Okay.
We were just speaking on the mother bar.
Gotcha. All right.
It wasn't one.
So look. Do you see that mother bar right there? On the weekly right here, we're talking about that was 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago,
third.
3 weeks ago. See, that's the mother bar we're talking about.
Yeah, I see it.
So we're waiting for a closure above or below that. But what happens is, so what happens is this. We got a daily stop sign at the bottom of this mother bar.
Which is this line.
That's where the daily came in. Okay.
Yeah, so
let's start doing the color.
So what I was saying was, I'll take that buy depending on how we get there, is what I'm saying. So if we come down there, let's just say the market opens tonight, we come down there tonight and touch that stop sign and take it up, I'll take it.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So now you know, and then also on the flip side of that, you know, if we close below that stop sign, that's now resistance now. So now you can take that down, but it's also got to get that closure below the mother bar for you to really take that trade seriously. Because if not, you're gonna just still be inside that box, trading inside the box.
Yeah, I don't like that. They're too choppy up in there sometimes.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So if you don't get that closure below your mother bar and come back and retest the 50% of the mother bar, or even the tip of the mother bar to sell down, then you know how that works. But
probably, believe it or not, I don't know the blue line if that's like I think that might be a weekly level.
It looks like it could be the way the candles reacted to it.
Now, when you say take 50% of that mother bar, I mean, do you do that based on the Fibonacci retracement, the day 50?
Yeah, you can.
All right.
Yeah, you can use your fib, see what the 50% is, sell it, or you can just eyeball it. Be like,
I got you.
So when I trade the mother bar inside bar, I trade it from where the conversation is being had.
Right.
So we inside a mother bar, right?
So you see how I'm sorry, Mike.
Go ahead, Mike. Go ahead.
I put the retracement on there, right?
Yeah, I got you.
Now check out how crazy that is. I've been at that blue line there. You see the
I've been seeing
retracement?
You right down there. Yeah, 41,
so it closed under here, closed above there, kind of what we said. That would be like that 4-8 range if you were looking at SPY. 4-10, 4-8 range. So if it closed under here, it'll come back up and touch 50% and then continue in that way that it went. So that's just like confirmation, like you said. Whichever way it closed, I would be waiting for it to come back, and I would do a sell a buy from that number. And what you was trying to tell him, Mike? My bad.
I forgot. To be honest with you.
Now the other thing is, by being like a weekly mother bar, you got time.
A week.
Yeah, in between it to where you probably want to go daily, even smaller time frames than that. He put
right now, what I'm working on, because I'm just working on like proof of concept with certain things. So I'll do an ORT.
Right.
Yeah, look. I do ORT on a 5 minute, but I'm still learning. So the language y'all speaking right now is still beneficial for me, because now I'm looking at longer. Like you said, it's a weekly. That's the longest time frame I ever looked at, really, outside of because I'm staying within that daily. For me right now, I can move from daily to 60 You know what I'm saying? At 240, they're 1440, 240, 5 minute, that's my space. At 60 minutes at five, that's my space.
Nobody had no stocks.
But coming back, looking at this at the weekly,
Just
how
can't.
y'all putting it out, you know what I'm saying?
Right, so-
It's making more sense. It's helped me read through the time better. That's all I'm saying.
Right. So the only time I look at the weekly is when I'm charting on the weekend, like at the market close. I'm looking at that's the only time I look at the weekly. And when I'm trading during the week, I don't do no higher than the daily.
Gotcha. No, I understand. Like I said, this is you already know what we talked about, but it's helping me understand it deep on a deeper level.
Yeah. So basically, that's what we in right now. So you got your bias at 40, 38, and then also we in the mother bar. So either you have the patience to wait for a closure above or below the mother bar to trade, or you just trade the range of the mother bar. When you get to the top of the mother bar, you sell it. Get to the bottom, you buy it. That's pretty much how you trade the mother bar until we break it on a weekly time frame. Now, on a weekly time frame, is a plenty of trades you can make inside of that candle on the daily or the 4 hour or the 1 hour to make money. I'm not saying you got to wait a whole week to get your closure.
Right.
I'm saying play your levels or play your trades that's inside the mother bar.
But I just look at this as I ain't gonna call it backup. This is my term I'm choosing to use, but it's more. You got more to lean on. If one of those, you know how this week was for me, it was choppy because I was going against some of the rules. I had the right intention, but just went against the rules, and that's why I messed up. So pretty much most of the week, I just broke even.
Yeah.
I wanted to be different this week. I want to, play by the rules and get the little bread.
Yeah.
But I like this.
But the thing is, though, you also got to remember, I think we talked about this already, but it's like if the market is trading up and you trying to go against the market because your setup is going against the market.
Right.
Your trade, it might work, but it's not going to work for long. You know what I'm saying? Especially if the market wants to be really, really bullish and head to the upside, and then vice versa, if it's really, really bearish and it's heading to the downside, but you're trying to buy this stop sign, and it's like, okay, you gotta be mindful of the market environment that we in for that particular day.
Right.
So it's like, okay, well, I want to buy this stop sign, but we so bearish that if we close below this stop sign, I'm gonna take that entry back down. I'm gonna ride with y'all down. You know what I'm saying? I just want to be with I want to ride with my friends. I want to be with my friends. So if the sellers win in the day, I'm with the sellers. If the buyers win in the day, I'm with the buyers.
Right. Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? I switch jerseys. I ain't tripping.
Whoever paying, that's
what I'm rolling with.
Right.
So you just gotta be mindful of not trying to counter trend the market. Gotcha. You know what I'm saying? And then when you do that, you gotta really be in there for a quick, because I know you've seen it before when the market wants to go in one direction and your trade is in the other direction, you're like, so you just got to be smart when you're taking them trades. And I know Wendell what I'm talking about too, because I always be talking to Wendell like, dog, why are you trying to counter the market, but the market going up? He said, yeah, but my trade. I'm like, dog, all right. It'll work. It's gonna work.
I'm gonna tell you, it's different for like futures and options, because
futures you got more time.
Yeah, even with the SPY contract that was called out, even with that one being like a dub and like a loss, you still made money in the futures market, because it's just this small period of time that, all right, I just needed it to go down for 20 minutes. You know what I'm saying? And I'm at $200-300, depending on how many contracts you trade, to where you'll get you a small window of, okay, that's cool. It ain't sell how I wanted it to sell, but it's sold enough once it hit this line. Like all these wicks and stuff, that's money. All this is money. The options, you kind of need to move like $1. We just moving $1, but you trade it, so you kind of know, like, all right, I made some money.
Right.
It's cool. All right.
I'm out the market. I see you tomorrow.
I'm out of the way.
Yeah.
But on this particular trade, I would almost want to see where we close that down here.
Question for you real quick.
What you got?
All right, so I'm looking at, we took off at that 40-40 range, and we kind of stopped at that, you know, where you got the levels at. This is your weekly candle, right?
These are dailies.
Oh, these are dailies. Okay.
Yeah. So the blue box right now, this is a weekly mother bar. Okay. This line is weekly. It's a weekly level.
Okay.
Oh God, hold on. 1 second. So now, and then the red is a daily. So what number you talking about? I'm sorry.
He said we took off from 40-40 area, which was the level. That's the stop. That's the daily stop sign that we created.
Right here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
So what I'm trying to figure out, now that you said it, so I guess we plan to, your mother bar would be where that top wick at, where that yellow line is.
Yeah, that's a monthly level. That orange line.
Okay, so that's a monthly level.
That's a monthly level that it came touch.
Okay, but this last candle with the wick going down, that's your Friday candle, since these are daily candles.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
You will be playing in between your red line and that pink line, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So when you're looking for your trade, since it's on a daily level, what time frame do you look for from there? Do you start looking at your 4 hour from there?
Yeah.
Your 1 hour, what you start looking at from there to try to figure out how you're gonna trade that?
I go to the 240, like you said,
Yeah.
to find a spot. So I'm looking to sell, but from what point, right? So
4100.
huh?
4100.
4100.
4100. Ta-ta.
Total. I'm gonna tell you, it'll still be this pink level on the 4 hour.
Yeah.
What
we was sitting at Friday, dog. Talking about we was gonna get picked up at 4105.
We went to the hourly. So the hourly, and this was our base on this. So the beginning of the day, when all of us was in the chat, we were looking for that 48, 410, whatever it was in the message. It was based on the gap, right? So the hourly had made a gap on a sell-off. Then I'm gonna show y'all something else. So this the hourly gap. We wanted it to come basically back inside here, touch
to the
this level,
and sell off.
And sell off. But it took forever down here. Like burned us. It burned me on one of my trades, and then I really hate to do this, but
that's 4103. I think I was at 40. I was at that swing low right there.
Right here?
Yeah, that's where I was selling from. That swing low.
And we broke all the way down into this. Just the bias was down, but just finding somewhere to sell. If y'all can see this is what I was banking on, and I kept on putting in the message. Sometimes I don't base all my trades off RSI, but I'll use it to like
yeah, but the market was still selling, the RSI wasn't moving.
It wasn't moving. So when they kept on doing this, I knew we weren't gonna get a big sell. If we was gonna get a big move, it would have been to the upside.
Yeah.
So what I did was looking at the time frame, I think it was like 12 o'clock or something like that. I was like, let me just buy a call in the money.
Yeah.
You heard me? Let me buy that call in the money. I took a loss on the earlier call for the full 8. So I was like, let me buy a call in the money because we still not gonna sell. And that was all because this RSI just stayed way down here the whole time. When I bought it, that's when you got this move to the upside. I was able to get the money back that I lost and kind of make a little like $20 or some shit like that. So ultimately, with all that being said, we still are looking for, I'm gonna go back to the other one, the sale of this area where all these sellers was at. That makes sense? Like a temporary buy to get back, like we see, if it's, we were saying, I was selling from 410. I was basically buying it to go back to 410.
Yeah.
So I could sell it.
Right. It hit the pink line to come back down.
Hit the pink line to come back down if you get that. Because
Yeah.
this hourly gap, you start, when you, whatever you're dealing with, you want to look at those levels, those, you know, those candles to give you your answer. So this is an hourly gap. I'm really looking for an hourly level, but you're right, Maul. I would almost, my safest bet is the pink line, because that's a weekly level. But I'll probably get in right here. Not as many contracts, because I know it could go up here. Let's say right here, I might put one on right here.
Put
And
the
then
rest
up
right
here,
there.
I have 4 more contracts.
Right.
So all together, I'm in 5 of them. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't take 5 right here. I might take 2 right here and then put 3 right there. Depending on how many contracts I wanted overall. Let's say you take 1 here, you take 2 here, and then I'll put another 2, just looking across, looking left, have another 2 right here. So buy 1 here, keep on going, 2 here, then have another 2 right here. And that might...
You'll take it from there because that's where your green candles start moving up.
I'm taking it, yeah, and I'm looking across. I'm looking at, this is a stop sign on the hourly. You got the swing low right here. And just building my position. I really wanted to be in 5 contracts, but I'm not going to put all of them in the front and then lose however much money that is, $1,000, $2,000, because I bought right here, seeing that the real sellers from a weekly perspective is right here.
There.
So I
Gotcha.
just massage the entry, as
Yeah.
a brother said. So, and that's still my play.
Yeah, because it's the way it's setting up is looking like that's the move.
That's the move for sure.
That's the move. I wanted it Friday, but you know, it's all
That
good.
took for
It's so weird because you could see it from like ES standpoint. You could see it more clearly of what, like, you know, if you inspire SPX, what the move is going to be.
Yeah, yeah.
And the thing with
I can dig
takes,
that, Mom.
the thing with SPY is that it takes so much, just the option part of it, it takes so much that needs to happen. Like you get the 30 cent and the $1, $1 on the SPY is like $10, $15 on here. You done made some money.
Right.
You made $500, $600 while you holding that SPY contract. You're like, dog, I'm up like 10 cents or some shit like that with that move. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It be throwing me sometimes. I had to catch a candle like this and then be like, oh yeah, I was inspired for I had this contract and it gave me 500, 600%. This gave me 100, but I needed this whole move. But let's say from right here, I already made $1,000 from here to here.
5 contracts, ES will be what? How much?
Wait, what you saying?
That's 62. That's 62.50 a tick.
Now, I mean, how much is it per contract to purchase?
Oh, it's $500
per contract.
Yeah,
margin.
That's the margin you need.
Margin.
That's with the margin.
That is the margin.
Okay.
So I won't buy 5 contracts. I need to have 2,500.
Right. I'm just thinking about it in terms of, okay, Because you'll move your $10, your $10, $15 move is you get more money on your $10, $15 move with with ES than what you would trying to wait on that dollar with SPY.
Yeah. And you
Yeah.
can
But
put
I'm
up
just
the same amount
figure out,
too.
huh?
You can still put up the same amount.
Yeah.
So as far as, let's say I bought a SPY contract for, usually my option contract be like $100. I
Right.
can have my stop loss on here at $100. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So essentially, I'm still risking $100. It ain't, even though I'm saying it take me $2,500 to buy it, I only want to lose $100. Then I'm out.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Now that wouldn't be wise because that $100 gonna come in like 2 ticks.
No, but I know y'all big bosses in here, but I'm gonna just throw it out here for them. If you want to test the waters, you got micros too, because I'm doing MES. Mike and Dude doing ES. That ain't my space right now. I'm still in the kiddie pool, so I'm doing a fraction of what they're doing, but I'm still getting the understanding of it, and I still got skin in the game, and it's real.
That's the $50 kinds, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I
$50.
mean, MES is 125 a tick.
Right.
So you take it from there. So $1.5.
Right.
So again, it's small ball, but my goal is to hit 2 a day. I've been in the range of, now I'll do 2 contracts, maybe 4, but again, that's still manageable at $5 a point.
Right.
It's still manageable, and I'm still understanding the language. I'm still sweating over here. I'm still working on mindset. Everything that you got to do to be good in this space, but that's just another option. I'm just throwing it out there. Like, don't sleep on it. Is all I'm saying.
Right.
It ain't what they doing, but it ain't bad either.
Yeah, and you can also sim trade. You know what I'm saying? You can sim, even though sim trading is a little different. I mean, but if you take your sim trading seriously, like you trade your real account, then when you simming, you'll get the same effects of trading per se.
And the thing you do with the MES too, bro, is actually you can go for the setups on a smaller time frame, but when they show up on a bigger time frame,
Take it.
You heard me? And
Yeah,
get
I've
the
learned
5, and now your blending will be easy. It'll be a lot. It's almost, I'm gonna tell you, to me the MES is easier to stay in because, like you said, by the time it then swung $10 on you, you probably be on like
It's still
$50.
good though.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you're willing to sit in that trade because look at this whole box. This whole box might be $500, and you just have enough time to sit in there, especially if you dealt with the regular ES first. You like, oh, I'm only down $50.
Right.
I sit in here like I'm chilling. This ain't even close to how bad it could be. That could actually be $5,000 gone.
Oh yeah, I'm about to say about $5,000.
Yeah. So like, this would have been your move. Mike gonna laugh. I'm about to put a trend line on.
Oh Lord.
But me and he was talking about it. So we had a trend line. Where that trend line is? Right here, I believe. I'm talking to him as it's approaching. Was this the one, Mike? This was the one.
I believe so.
So like I had this trend line drawn and I simmed this trade because it.
Oh yeah. 10
so
contracts.
Big sell-off pre-market. And Mike was like, it's gonna dump. We was waiting for it to close beneath this right there. This stop sign.
And it did.
And Mike was like, dog, we gonna sell. I like, well, we still got this trend line. He was like, you trade trend lines, that's your shit. Cool. So me and him, I listen to him a lot. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, all right, I'm just gonna sim it to see if it holds because it do look like it's gonna sail through it. But this was what?
About $7 grand, huh?
Yeah. So 45. The entry was 40. I had got in at 4,100, and then it ran, it touched this line, and went to 45. So 45 points on 5 contracts. If you would have took it in the MES,
that goes to show you, bro. If that's your setup,
take your shit.
take your setup. You know what I'm saying? If that's your trade, take your trade. Take your trade.
Take your shit. And then I'm more of a trend line break. I don't really be playing it when it's bouncing back and forth on it. I'll find like little small trades in between. So I really wanted it to close like this one. And as y'all can see, it broke this trend line. And then that's when it just kept on selling off.
So now that the trend line is broken, is now resistance. Should be resistance now.
At every level though. So if you got a 4-hour here, look where it stopped at. Y'all see the stop sign here?
Yeah. Close below it.
Close below it. I could have took that trade too. Yeah. The trend line broke, so my bias now is down. Down. So when it broke this stop sign, all right, came, tested it, sold off again. That was more money. That's what.
We close below the next stop sign too. See that? What it is, 40.75, close below that one too.
The 67? That's 75. Like 20 points.
Yeah. So this, looking at this chart, it's telling me that all we're gonna do is head higher to pick up more sellers to head lower. Because we got closures below major levels on the 4-hour. We got closures below both of the stop signs. We got a closure below this level to your left. What that is, 72 or something like that. We got closures below all that. So now your next, and it's crazy that on the 4-hour, we got a 4-hour stop sign at the bottom of this mother bar, and we got a daily stop sign at the bottom of this mother bar. I'm definitely buying that.
Oh, yeah, right here?
That's a buy zone, anywhere from 40.38 to 40. Yeah, you buying that. The buyers are present. You see them. Right. On the 4-hour time frame and on the daily time frame.
And eventually,
so I'm rolling with y'all.
Like, wait, Mike, run it back again, if you can. Y'all run it back where the buy's at.
All right, so we got a daily. So this whole pink box is the mother bar that we've been talking about.
Right,
throughout the whole zone. So at the bottom of this mother bar, you see this, we got a 4-hour stop sign at what, 40.13?
Yeah.
We also got a daily stop sign at 40.38. So what tends to happen from a daily time frame, the daily might come all the way down to 40.13, pick up those buys and head up. So if you sitting at 40.38, I wouldn't sit at 40.38. I sit at 40.13 because on the daily, you could get picked up down there to head higher and still close above your daily stop sign because the day hasn't closed yet. You see what I'm saying? So if you're a buyer, you want to buy from the lowest spot possible. And you're a seller, you want to sell from the highest spot possible. So in my opinion, if you got a daily stop sign at 40.38 where Winston red line is right here, that's a daily stop sign. And then you also have a 4-hour stop sign beneath it. So as a seasoned trader, I'm like, all right, cool. I see it. I know the buyers are in this area, so I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait till the 4-hour stop sign get hit to take it up. Because if you put your order in at 40.40, you get picked up on a daily, you might get cooked, and you might feel like, oh man, I'm wrong. But you're really right. You just had to get a little lower.
Right.
Go a little lower, because on a daily candle could do everything in one candle, because it's the whole day worth of trading. So it could come down to this 4-hour stop sign, pick you up. It can pick you up from the daily stop sign and take off to the upside. But you want to be at the lowest spot possible to get picked up. That way you don't feel like, you don't be frustrated with your trade, because sometimes you'd be in the right trade, but at the wrong time.
And another thing to pay
You might get
attention
there too early.
Wait, Mike, my bad.
So that's why I was reiterating to Winston, like, yeah, this is definitely a buy zone. The buys are definitely up, because you got the red line, it's your daily stop sign. That's where your buy is at on a daily time frame. But you also got all these buys below them on the 4 hour. The 4 hour hold a lot of weight too. So I take that to the upside.
And
From
and then to piggyback on what Mike's saying, what I've like experienced, and he probably attests to it too. Another thing to pay attention to when you messing with the futures market, any of them, is that a lot of times if you get this 4 hour level, if you get it tested, let's say the 4 hour closes at 9 o'clock. If this level come get tested at 9:10, it's probably not going to hold immediately. What it'll do is it'll come run all the way down here.
Yep, that's a fact.
At the beginning of that 4 hour candle, and you'll get some dumb shit like this. You get what I'm saying? Like 9:10, it didn't sow all the way off, broke past your level. You're like, damn, bro, bye. And
then you got a long ass wick at the bottom.
Yeah, by 11 o'clock, that bitch is running. You heard me? It's back past your level and it's going up. So even with me and him, we'll see a level and then we'll be like, bruh, it's 9:10. I'm not even about to take that trade.
I'm not touching that.
I'm not touching it right now.
Too early in the candle.
I know it's gonna
bless you,
like wick past it. So same thing I was telling you about how many contracts. All right. It might just run. It might just run from here. So I'll take one contract and just see what it do. And then if it hit my stop loss, I'll just wait. I'm like, okay, let's see how far down you're gonna go. You know what I'm saying? You might go to the second stop sign, bounce off of that one, and I wasn't necessarily wrong. I was wrong for that moment.
It was a little early. But it's definitely, but you could just look, if you just look left, you can see the buys are present. So I wouldn't have no problem buying in that area. I wouldn't have no problem buying from anywhere from 40 all the way to 40 to 39, what is it, 39.73? I have no problem buying none of that.
Right here?
Yeah, 39.70. Buy, you know what I'm saying? But you just gotta, but also keep in mind now, if you start getting closures below this mother ball, then now your mind should be like, we selling. Because we below the mother ball, the pink box is the mother ball. We get a
and that's based on the closures, right?
Yeah. So we start getting closures below that mother ball. That should tell you, okay, we're going down.
For the moment. Now, also remember this is a weekly. So let's say this. I'll do something like this.
You gotta start getting closures. You gotta start getting daily closures.
Yeah.
Below the mother ball for you to be like, okay, I see what, we trying to head down. Then you probably won't get that weekly closure to Friday because that's when the candle closed.
And guess what I'm doing on Friday?
Selling.
No, I'm selling. On Friday, this is how the market will do too. It'll stay beneath. Let's say you get 4 days closed under this pink box. On that fourth, it only got to make it in here by Friday.
To come back in there.
Sometimes we'll call it like a lotto trade. I'll be like, all right, it was doing all this down here, but it didn't keep selling. So I only need 20 points for it to get back inside this box. I'll just buy right here at this level. On Thursday, I'm definitely buying this. I know on Friday, you need the price action need to get back inside of this box for the mother ball to still like hold weight when you're looking at the overall picture. So sometimes I'll play like that. And I ain't looking to sell a mother ball until I get the confirmation, really. So there's a lot of little tricks in the way you look at it. But I always take that lottery that last day. Even let's say if this the daily level and it's 2 o'clock, I'm gonna buy this because I know on a daily we need to get back above it. But those trades that I'm talking about now are more like gambling trades. Like Oh, it should. This is the daily level, so I know it don't want to close underneath it. Let me take it right now. It's a 4-hour stop sign, but I'm just it's a thing of chance. You get what I'm saying? So I'll do little stuff like that, and sometimes I get my stop loss is real tight, and I lose on it. If I hit, it'll be a nice little hit. That's like a lottery thing I be doing. So don't dig into
I respect
that.
I respect it, Mr. Hayes. You good, sir. I'm trying to be as risk as possible. You see, I'm still playing on the MES, so I ain't put my big boy pants on yet.
Well, either one, the stop loss, even on your MES, you don't want to risk. Let's not even talk about money. You don't want to risk losing the same amount of ticks as you would win. If you're talking to Mike already know about like risk to reward. I risk 5 ticks for 40. Like, let's do that. You know what I'm saying? If the upside is down here, let's say I got $2 on. I'm 8 ticks, but I'm saying this should close above this 39, and that's 50, 60, 70 ticks. I'm taking that trade. You know what I'm saying? Because it's still going off the premise of I'm buying a stop sign. It's not just in the blind, let me buy it anywhere. I'm still going to take it because this is a level. I ain't going to just buy it in the middle of here. I want it from here. If it come out here, I'm getting out, and if it go way up there, you see where the more room at. So my stop loss here, I'm buying here, my stop loss here, and I had a potential to get up here. And I'm just not going, I might take that on MES. One contract. You know what I'm saying? That's another thing you can look at too. Like, take your, I don't know how you what they call it? You'll trade a move to where it's showing you numbers or it's showing you ticks. You should start looking at the ticks more than the numbers. Because that'll always change. So just focus on like getting a certain amount of ticks, and then you can put the money with it later.
Gotcha. Yeah, I'm on Ninja Trader too.
I need to see how to get 40 ticks. If you keep on putting that in your head, 40 ticks, 20 ticks. That's all you need to focus on. Don't worry about the dollar amount because you might trade 2 contracts, 3 contracts. I want this many ticks to win, and I'm only want to lose this many ticks. Huh?
No, I was talking to my son. He's screaming.
I've been disrespectful, boy.
I started looking at it like that, bro. Like, just
that makes sense. Now, how you set up your do you use ATM strategy?
Yes.
Is the elephant happy?
Is water wet? I got you.
So right now I'm where we at?
Right.
Do you have an ATM set up?
I do, but I'm not going in front. I'm still like, let me see. Mine is, let me see. I'm still.
Come back.